Ukraine is now fighting a war far beyond the front lines. From forests outside Kyiv to city bakeries running on diesel generators, the war is consuming civilian life. As Russia keeps striking power grids and railways, Ukraine is training its people for combat, struggling to keep businesses alive, and warning the West that air defense is still not enough. This is no short war posture. This is a country preparing society for a long fight. Outside Kyiv, civilians are now being trained like soldiers. Students, volunteers, and professionals are crawling under barbed wire, running through trenches and learning battlefield first aid alongside combat veterans. In just 1 month, 80 civilians completed Ukraine's national resistance course, training in tactics, marksmanship, communications, and UAV operations. The message is blunt. This war is no longer just for the military.
Because I was in the military, I understand how important these military skills are. Basic, small military skills are needed not only by soldiers, but also by civilians because, unfortunately, we have an enemy who doesn't care about civilians, about children or women. They kill everyone. That's why everyone in our country should be able to know and have basic military training skills for what may come next. And if we're talking about girls and women protecting the country, no. First of all, it's about protecting their own families and their children.
For those training in the cold, the motivation is survival. Participants say learning to fight is no longer a choice. It is a responsibility.
I'm here because it's every Ukrainian's responsibility to come help their country and to train and be ready for an emergency. You need to know this knowledge if you're going to live here. My biggest hope that we'll have peace again and the 1991 borders, so I can go home.
But while civilians prepare for war, Ukraine's economy is being slowly bled by power cuts and infrastructure strikes. In Kyiv, bakeries, cafes, and factories are now running on generators to survive Russia's bombing of the energy grid. Businesses say operating costs have jumped sharply, customer numbers have collapsed, and survival has replaced profit as the main goal.
We primarily create a really great product for our guests, for Ukrainians, and at the same time, we provide a large number of jobs. In my view, our mission is to make an authentic, high-quality artisanal product in the current conditions and show Ukrainians just how good it can truly be. We've been working with a generator since pretty much our very first day, I think since 2022. Of course, there were periods when we didn't need it. That was in the summer, when there weren't heavy attacks. Overall, we've been relying on it. I understand that imagining a Ukrainian business today without a generator is more than unrealistic. It's simply impossible.
Ukraine's leadership now says Kyiv is under daily pressure. Zelensky has warned that Russian strikes on railways and energy infrastructure are hitting almost every day, including targeted attacks on trains meant to evacuate civilians. He says air defense missiles are needed constantly and that no country should be left alone under such attacks. The message to NATO is direct. Ukraine cannot absorb these blows without more weapons.
Missiles for the PPU are needed every day. Protection from Russian ballistics is needed every day. Today, again, there was ballistics in Kyiv region. No country in the world should be left alone and helpless in the conditions of such blows and such war.
From civilians crawling under barbed wire to businesses burning fuel just to keep the lights on, Ukraine is no longer fighting only at the front. This is a total war economy, a society being trained for survival, and a president demanding more weapons from the West as Russian missiles keep falling. For Ukraine, this is no temporary crisis. This is the shape of a long war.